Jason Martinez faced a judge Thursday for violating the conditions of release on sex abuse charges. He was never supposed to leave Colorado. His attorneys claimed that Martinez was telecommuting with APS after being hired here, but prosecutors quickly fired back, saying his APS key card was used multiple times between July and August. We have some video here from a board meeting archive from August 5th, and you can see clearly Martinez was addressing the board here in Albuquerque. The judge set his bond at $200,000. We have full coverage on the KRQE News app, including a timeline of all the recent superintendents and the full interview with Valentino. Improving their tactics. A number of firefighters from across New Mexico now know more about a new technique for fighting fires.
Yeah, we told you earlier this week about slicers. It's a new firefighting approach based on scientific research. So this week, an international firefighter group held their first official class for the new technique here in New Mexico. News 13's Catherine Mazzone is here with the details. Good morning, Catherine.
Good morning, Crystal. Firefighters say the slicers technique is an advancement in their profession that could make their job safer.
We've been operating under really a lack of knowledge for the last, for as long as the fire service has been around. And now UL and NIST have done the research and the studies to really provide us with facts that really change things a little bit.
Jim Silvernail is with the International Society of Fire Service Instructors. He says the class highlights science out of the Federal Technology Agency NIST and safety science company UL. Silvernail explains that science will give firefighters better perspective on what they do. The class also offers suggestions for tactical and strategic changes for fighting structure fires. The Los Alamos Fire Department invited Silvernail to teach the class. Firefighter Rick Gonzalez says he wants New Mexico firefighters to be trained in the new technique for their safety and to better serve the public.
It's an exciting time for us in the fire service. Things are improving, changing. There's more knowledge.
Despite the science, Silvernail says there's still some resistance to slicers, largely because the fire service is so steeped in tradition. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Catherine. A grant is helping ISFSI to teach 100 classes for free. That's 2 classes for each state in the U.S.
Developing right now, we got to move on to this. Asian stocks are up as we start the new day, and that is good news for stocks in the U.S. Market analysts say Japan is leading the pack in Asia, but Shanghai shares, they're not far behind. Analysts say the Asian markets are taking cues from Wall Street, where the Dow gained 2.3% yesterday, and that is a big recoup over just over a week of shaky performances. People in Florida are gearing up for Tropical Storm Erica. This is some of the damage that's been done already. They're stocking up on supplies as the storm heads toward the Sunshine State. Right now, the storm is over Puerto Rico, and it's expected to hit the Dominican Republic today. Meanwhile, authorities on the island of Dominica say at least 4 people have reportedly been killed by the storm. More than a dozen are missing. This storm is expected to make landfall on Florida's coast by Monday and will likely remain a tropical storm.
Turn now to some breaking overnight news. This morning, a college campus in Georgia will be back up and running after a lockdown last night. Authorities say Christopher Starks, who was a student at Savannah State University, was shot and killed near the Student Union building. Police say they do not have a suspect in custody. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation will help in this investigation. Meanwhile, classes are delayed until 10 o'clock this morning. We move on to more on the carefully choreographed slaying of 2 journalists. The husband of the 3rd WDBJ shooting victim says his wife has a long road to recovery. Vicki Gardner was being interviewed in a live broadcast by reporter Allison Parker and cameraman Adam Ward when the gunman opened fire. The gunman has been identified as this man right here, a former WDBJ reporter, Vester Flanagan. He later killed himself. The victim's husband, Tim, says she was shot in the back and lost a kidney and part of her colon. He says it will take her about 3 months to physically recover from the shooting.
6:38 now. APD continues its search for more suspects in a dangerous stunt that shut down I-25. Happened over the weekend. Police believe 18-year-old Ivan Guardado Fuentes was driving the black truck doing donuts on the interstate and blocking traffic. He appeared in court yesterday, charged with felony assault with a deadly weapon because police say he pointed a gun at witnesses afterward. The judge set his bond at $5,000.
New details this morning. The firefighter who hung up on a 911 caller cannot work as a dispatcher in New Mexico, at least for now. It's all because of this. Take a look.
Is he breathing?
He's barely breathing. How many times did I tell you?
Okay, you know what, ma'am? You could deal with yourself. I'm not going to deal with this, okay?
No, my friend is dying.
The dispatcher right there is Matthew Sanchez. He's hanging up on a teen who was trying to help 17-year-old Jaden Chavez Silver, who had been shot that night. Sanchez resigned from the department. His license was suspended. The Department of Health has now revoked it. He can still file an appeal, though. Chavez Silver later died. 3 suspects have been arrested for the killing.
Parents say a joke may have gone too far, causing concern when a strange van was seen roaming the streets in California. Parents in Sacramento say it had blackened out windows, no license plate. The van also said free candy on the side and was seen around town in the last few days. Some began posting the picture of it on social media sites like nextdoor.com too, and they started asking questions. It turns out the van belongs to a family friend of that woman. She says the driver was on his way to Burning Man in Nevada when he was passing through San Francisco. That event is said to celebrate art and self-expression. The van has since left the area. But there you go. Not before being captured by a few cameras.
And not before creeping out a whole lot of parents.
No, parents were very concerned.
Yeah.
You'll see why.
People always fear what they do not understand. Learn to adapt and they got me where I am. Life knocked a boy down, I stood up as a man. 9 to 5s ain't cut it, so I started flipping grams. Seen people that I love smoking out of cans. Changed my life forever, only few will understand. Took a step back and I formed a master plan. Cause I refuse to die working for another man. We are not the same, I got different DNA. They were safe at home, in the streets is where I played. Growing up soaking game, the shit is in my veins. I found the weakest link and then I broke the chains. Give a fuck about the fame, it's all about my chains. But the more I do my thing, the more they know my name. Coming with the territory, I ain't even tripping. I can let my heart beat, you still wouldn't. TunaBeats.com. You don't know me, you don't know me, you don't know me, you don't know, you don't know. You don't know, 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 you don't know. Here today, gone tomorrow, you know how it goes. Passion turned to rage, Lord have mercy on my soul. Violence in my home, left my mind's a little cold. Trust is hard to come by, so I move alone. Fought my share of demons, it's never been no secret. On my knees in tears, asking why am I still breathing? Searching for my peace in the bottom of the bottle. Contemplating life like a fucking Aristotle. I don't need your sympathy, no, I don't need your love. Been left more than once, taught me not to give a fuck. Silence is my weapon, never catch me saying much. Here by God's grace, I don't believe in luck. Scars are telling stories and mine are in my eyes. Miss me with the wolf tickets, I ain't with the lies. R.I.P. the lost one, you still by my side. Thank you for the logo, I'ma ride till I die. You don't know me, you don't know me, you don't know me, you don't know, 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 you don't know. But I'm for the money, do all dogs go to heaven? Hate to bother father, but I have another question. Will you bring my brothers back? Damn, I really miss them. You can feel it in my presence, I am so aggressive. Every book got a cover, don't you dare judge mine. Till you get to know me, everything you hear is lies. Chip on my shoulder from all the nights I cried. With my heart on my sleeve, so my pain is hard to hide. Yeah, I'm smiling more, but I got a darker side. School of hard knocks, I studied on the street lights. Mama lost, daddy gone, I learned it on my own. Since the day grandma died, I ain't had a home. Safari through my mental, get lost in my jungle. You ain't felt my struggle, then you'll never get my hustle. Work my way up from a zip to a bundle. Tiptoeing through this game, can't afford to stumble. You don't know me, you don't know me, you don't know me, you don't know, 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 you don't know. dancing on the beat. I'm in a daze, I have my days, I'm stuck like this, I'm in my ways. I'm trying to move, but I'm stuck in place. I'm always running like where's the race? Sweat so much, I wipe my face. I see in the dark, I lay my cave. See smiling faces, but no one waves. It's like I'm dead without a trace. They pouring at the ground, say get your taste. Do I have a reason? No, I'm just a waste. I feel fucked up, but I can't explain. I look at my daughter and I feel so drained. I work a 9 to 5 and I don't feel the same. When I come home, all she wants to do is play. I kick my shoes off, then I wanna lay. I want a better life, I hate it this way. Tired of the pain, just go away. The constant thoughts flowing through my brain. My life is dark like the rainy days. I'm fucked up, dog, now this is what I say. Yeah. I don't wanna move, I don't wanna walk. Fucking shit, chat, I don't do that talk. And if you got a problem, we can handle it, dog. Might take a loss, I might take a fall. Gotta hold my own, get my back off the wall. No matter of the struggle, I'm still walking tall. And if you got a problem, then fuck you all. Don't get a homie, you're nothing at all. Like 21, you gotta make a ball. And if you make a false move, it might be a last call. Streets make the rules, and you just gotta foul. I gotta go hard, I made it this far. So many dead homies, and here we are. I look up at the sky, wish upon a star. My life is crazy, it feels bizarre. To the ones I've lost, you're in my heart. I miss the message and I miss the calls. I felt the regret, but I can't take the fall. I seen the past and I was with you all. A part of me dies, closing up. When I close my eyes, I'm party with y'all. But until the day comes, that pain won't stop. I'll avoid the slip, I'll never fall. I'ma keep on walking down the lonely halls. Them lonely halls, them lonely halls, them lonely halls, them lonely halls. I'ma keep on walking down the lonely halls. Try jumping life like you know what I've been through. Talk so much shit, so here's my shoes. So do they fit or are they loose? You never see me win, but you catch me when I lose. Tell me, motherfucker, what is it to you? I never had the right, I always had to choose. At a young age, didn't know what to do. My mom always worked and my dad was a trucker fool. Had to hustle money just to get the food. Trying to beat the game, but I didn't have a clue. Got a little older, got invited to the crew. Did a little work just to make it through. Smoked a little weed, got kicked out of school. Started messing up and I thought I was through. Felt like I was stuck and I didn't know what to do. Fuck my life and all I've been through. Caught up with the law and I thought I'd never lose. Made a false move, now I know what I gotta do. I took a deep breath cause there's nothing left to prove. My mom was mad and my dad had no clue. Thought my life was fucked and my future was screwed. Gotta fix wrongs and do what I gotta do. I looked at the papers and they had the wrong dude. So fuck the law, I'm coming out new. I had an angel, I beat my case. I wiped the sweat I had on my face. The charge they gave me never made a case. I was wrong with time and I thought I lost the race. For all you doubters, come get your taste. My life was tampered and almost laced. With no kiss, could never fuck your face. With a little smile and lonely days. I gotta go hard, I made it this far. So many dead homies and here we are. I look up at the sky, wish upon a star. My life is crazy, it feels bizarre. To the ones I've lost, you're in my heart. I miss the message and I miss the calls. I felt the regret, but I can't take the fall. I seen the past and I was with you all. A part of me dies, closing up. When I close my eyes, I'll party with y'all. But until the day comes, that pain won't stop. I'll avoid the slip, I'll never fall. I'ma keep on walking down the lonely halls. Them lonely halls, them lonely halls, them lonely halls, them lonely halls. I'ma keep on walking down the lonely halls. I hear footsteps and they never stop. Them lonely halls have lonely walls. They walk and talk but never fall. So when I'm gone, don't ever call. I hear the voice inside my head. Sometimes I think I'm better off dead. I take a shot and the stress begins. Is this how it ends? One look around, I don't see no friends. Like them lonely halls never left. The heavy weight I feel in my chest. I take a drive, I sit at the crest. I yell out loud, I gave my best. So when I go back to the lonely halls, them lonely halls is where I fall. I have a conversation and it's with you all. I gotta go hard, I made it this far. So many dead homies and here we are. I look up at the sky, wish upon a star. My life is crazy, it feels bizarre. To the ones I've lost, you're in my heart. I miss the message and I miss the calls. I felt the regret, but I can't take the fall. I seen the past and I was with you all. A part of me dies, closing up. When I close my eyes, I'll party with y'all. But until the day comes, that pain won't stop. I'll avoid the slip, I'll never fall. I'ma keep on walking down the